So we are one of the new Tier 1 auto suppliers for the Mazda Toyota project going on up here in Huntsville at the Greenbrier exit, which I'm sure you've heard plenty about. You can go ahead and do the next slide there, Jamie. So of course, we're talking about job opportunities. We're going to have plenty as we go through our hiring process. We actually incorporated as a company in April of last year. We're a joint venture of 3 very successful automotive companies. YKTA, who's primarily a Mazda supplier. They manufacture automotive parts and provide jigs and dies. And then Kelex, who's an expert in design and manufacture of vehicle body parts, also design and manufacture jigs and dies. And then Toyotetsu, who's primarily a Toyota supplier with 6 other North American sites. So Toyotetsu has been in charge of our plant setup, so we'll look very similar to our Somerset or Owensboro facilities. We'll actually be the largest on-site Tier 1 supplier for Mazda Toyota manufacturing. And so what we do is we make structural components for the body of the vehicle. We'll talk about that in a minute. The site will cover 42 acres. The facility will be 750,000 square feet. We broke ground May 22nd, 2019. Production was scheduled to start spring of 2021. It did get delayed with COVID, but we have actually already started part trials. We've already run some parts in welding and e-coat, and then we start doing stamping later this year. So this thing is still, of course, moving forward rapidly. And we'll be at 650 employees when we reach full production. Next slide there. So we have 3 major processes. Stamping, which is forming and shaping of cold rolled and high tensile material using formed dies inside a stamping press. And welding and assembly, robotic welding and assembling with precision, utilizing the latest technology. And e-coat, which is electrocoat, we provides a coating to prevent rust on products. So in stamping, we'll start with we'll end up having 3 3,000-ton Komatsu transfer presses and 2 1,600-ton blanking presses. And we have over 300 robots in the facility from Fanuc to Yaskawa. So next slide. This is just an example of some of the parts we make. So we do make, all the parts we make are not inside of the vehicle, so it's nothing on the outside, but it's structural components for the body of the vehicle, their chassis and body parts. So it's very important because without that structural safety, any type of accident can be a problem. So basically our parts, help to make sure that you get safely down the road. And next slide. So, what's important to be a good employee with our company, the soft skills that are needed, regular and prompt attendance, able to work in a team environment, Kaizen, continuous improvement. So we will be a continuous improvement environment. That can be from a better way to safely do something to a more cost-effective way to do something. So we'll constantly be looking for better ways to improve our processes and what we do. Problem solvers. Even when I interviewed with the company and I asked, what makes you a successful employee with the company, being a great problem solver was one of the things that was mentioned. And then, of course, able to pass background check and drug screen. And different positions in the company. Machine and die maintenance, we're looking for. We do have engineering specialists within the stamping and welding department, production control, quality, and then manufacturing will be our production team members. They cover the areas of stamping, body weld, chassis weld, conveyance, and quality still under production there. And then purchasing, accounting, human resources, and environmental and safety. Next, and our biggest gap, of course, is in the skilled trades, tool and die maintenance, and our welding maintenance. Currently, I can tell you tool and die maintenance is going to be an issue first of the year based on the hiring plan because there's just not a lot of that in the area. So, we're going to have to develop some of that talent internally. We have joined the FAME programs at Wallace State, and we we'll look to, advance employees that we see might have the skills once we're up and running into programs like that so that we can develop our people in the tool and die, because that's definitely going to be the biggest gap. And then, of course, the robotic welding, a lot more people have been getting into that. It's a very competitive market, so we'll still have to develop some talent there as well. And then the other avenue that we will have a lot of jobs for, especially starting kind of first of the year and really ramping up from May until full production, will be production team members, because I'd say a good majority of the hiring that we have left to do will be production team members. And of course, that goes in those different areas that we talked about. So there'll be plenty of opportunity there. And I probably won't be full 10 minutes either. I think that's the last slide there, Jamie. Is it?
It is.
Okay. And so you can always visit our website, www.yktal.com. You can look on the careers page. We post all the positions, how to apply for production, maintenance, and even professional positions on there. And it also gives you more information about our company, since we're a relatively new company. So thank you for joining us today. Well, just being a new company, the person that comes in and demonstrates those abilities, like great, comes to work, willing to learn, problem solver, great team player, knows how to find continuous improvement ideas. There's going to be tons of growth opportunities, because I can tell you from the hiring plan, there's open leadership positions in different departments, so that we've planned for opportunity for growth within the company, looking internally first, of course. Being a new company, of course, my thing is we got to go from 135 employees where we are today to 650 over the next 18 months or so. So production team members will be the largest part, but team leads will be probably promoted out of that group as well. I mean, we've only hired really 2 waves of production team members so far, and they've kind of gone to Kentucky and train, and they're going to come back and help train the other groups. So those positions there will go to team lead and group lead positions, as we continue building through the company, because our experience is once Mazda Toyota reaches their initial goal, we'll probably increase the goal. So we will just continue growing to meet those needs. The biggest thing is a lot of plexiglass, temperature checks, armbands. We have people going between the site and here, so we have to check the temperatures. We have to answer a health survey every day. We have to get an armband to make sure everything's been checked. We have to use our face mask, and we have a lot of plexiglass dividers in areas where 6 feet can't be maintained as well. The biggest thing when it first happened was just the change in the quick pivot in technology and resources, because where we probably plan to add some later, we had to go ahead and get in the hands of people at the time, and we were able to do that and work successfully remotely for that time frame. But as we need to be on site, we've definitely implemented those safeguards to make sure that we limit exposure, because right now it's going to happen. You just got to limit it and contact trace when it does happen, and try to control it the best you can.